Hey all, 118 Set Shadow here. So let's go ahead and get into today's market. We're going to be continuing with the Idolmaster format for most of November and the remainder of what we have of the Showdown series for the rest of this season. In addition, we've still got the BCS season ongoing, and we've had more tournaments that I believe we had one this weekend start up, but I don't remember where. That or it'll start up again next weekend. I can't remember exactly. But for the time being, we're still looking at Idolmaster format. And looking at the market now, one thing I want to cover is Fina Dynamite Daredevil, which I had been pointing out buyouts that had been happening on the original gold from set 5. Looks like those buyouts did not last very long and they didn't really have too much significant impact. The market price on the card is still just over $4, and we have listings that are back in the $3 range again. But we only have 6 listings overall, so it just keeps moving and then, I guess, just slowly coming back. There's also the promo variant, which is still around $10 to pick up, and that's been relatively stable in comparison to its market price. More listings on that one, 11 overall. So Fina is still available to pick up. With puppets that will come later next year for the set 8 format, I want to review where Noah is, which is one of the puppet bosses from set 5. If you want to pick up regular silvers on this one, it's still very cheap. Market prices are both under 30 cents for each, the regular and the Evo version. But if you want to pick up the foil versions, those ones are dollars. And not as much surprise, given that Forestcraft is one of the more popular crafts to pick up as foil. Regular Noahs are around $3.50, and then Evo Noahs are just over $2.50. And in terms of listings, we've got at least 10 plus for both sides. Alice Wonderland Explorer, as we continue to see Fable just kind of fall out, Alice's price and valuation just continues to decrease, where the base form is now available for about $13, which is around its current market price. The market price of the regular Evo is still dropping, now it's about $8. Super Legendary wise, the base form of Alice is still around $40, so that one hasn't really changed too much. And then the Super Legendary of the Evo version is currently around $12, but that's a massive drop off from the market price of about $22. There's also the Ultimate Rare of the Evo, which is currently $118, and the market price is $115 there. We are going to see a little bit more Fable support coming with set 7, but not too much significant value on that one. Letine Dragon had a buyout some time back, and I covered it maybe once or twice since then, but it seems the effect of that buyout has really petered out. We're back to 36 listings on the legendary of this card, and it's back to about $4 to pick up right now, with the market price being $7.11. Most of the quantities available are around the $4 mark. So, yeah, this buyout was not too successful, and ultimately, there hasn't been that much in terms of the Japanese meta that has really contributed to it. I was talking about a bit of support coming for Fable in set 7, and that's tied more so to Forestcraft with Beauty and the Beast. So just reviewing where the legendary's at, this is cheap to pick up with 37 listings and a market price just around $1.30. And in terms of where it's available, a lot of copies are closer to $1.30 to pick up, maybe $1.40, with a few copies just under $1 to pick up as well. Dark Dragoon Forte has also dropped off again in value, where it's now about $12 as opposed to the $20 that it was getting up to for a while. 13 listings with a market price of almost $16.50, and in terms of availability, $12 and just around there seems to be where we have most of the consolidation. Another foil buyout is on Archer right now, where there are only 3 listings on the base form's foil, starting from $4 with shipping. Market price on this one is around $1.50, and we Last saw sales on this card mid-October. Now the only listings that are available are a single $4 copy as well as $10 to $15, but we haven't seen any sales of this card beyond $4, so it's not very likely that we can see anything really go beyond $5 for this card. Ultimately, when it comes to Shadowverse foiling and trying to bling this game out, there's just not enough hype to keep it all going. Another one is Mark of the Six, which is also Forest Craft and only has 4 listings for its foil right now. Base pricing on that is $4 with a market price of about $1.70. And in terms of listings here, pretty much all of them are at least $4 to pick up when you also consider shipping and handling. Heck, if you consider the one that has 2 copies available, that's still a $5 shipping tag, so still rather expensive anyway. Oh boy. The Anastasia SP that you can pick up on Idolmaster Cinderella Girl. I don't know what's going on here. There's one listing with a $5 shipping tag, by the way, at $35,000.19. What is all I can say? What? I really have no other words for this. This does not make even slightly remote sense to me. Market price on this one, this has actually had sales. Market price is currently $3.80 and 50 cents, and the only 2 copies that have actually sold so far, and they did sell in the past 2 days, by the way, $361 and $400. So looks like $500 might even be reasonable to some degree, but $35,000, and on top of that, you're still charging $5 for shipping? I don't think so. Agnes TA is the next one. Base form, we're just going to go over this one as this one just has the maximum amount of value here. Regardless of the fact that this card does always seem to have a lot of listings, the card's value always manages to hold in the high 20s at the bare minimum. $29 is the current low with 16 listings, and while the market price has been falling off, it's still around $29 to pick this card up. And there is no significant consolidation on the first page. We can get up to listings with 3 copies, but then we get back up to $38 there. And when it comes to the lower end listings, anything that's $30 or under right now pretty much only has 1 copy, maybe 2. So ultimately, this is still more of a $30 card anyway. If you want the Rin Shibuya Leader card foil version that you can get out of the starter deck, the only listing that's currently available is $200. And the market price on this one is $110, where we've seen 3 copies of this thing sell from $103 to $120. $120 was the first one to sell, so that also makes sense given that that was when this went straight onto the market. Maruzensky, the base version of this one, is currently around $10 to pick up at the lowest, with 20 listings available. This is one of the bigger Uma Musume legendaries to pick up, like Agnes TA is. And right now, in terms of its availability, we do have a lot of copies sitting around $10, and it's still played here and there, basically because it's great for spot removal as necessary. Galmix, the Omen of Disdain, has a new low listing of under $7 with $1.50 in terms of shipping, but only 1 there. The remaining copies are all still at least $11 to pick up, with most copies being available. Actually, most copies are available around $10 and $12, depending on who you want to buy from here. And the last thing is just covering where the Glory Funder bundle is right now. It's been a number of months since Glory Finder initially came out, and as far as the sets go, there are 9 listings right now on the sets, starting from $97. And if we take a look at overall listings with shipping and handling, Yeah, all the lowest listings right now have shipping included already, with the exception of one of them. So for the most part, on TCG Player, you can still pick this up for about $100. Technically, the MSRP of this is supposed to be in the $80 range based on their main website, but I've never really seen this thing sell any lower than $90 in the first place. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.